Today I'm here to introduce Chuck Zastrow. Chuck Zastrow has been an author of the Human Behavior and the Social Environment textbook. He is Emeriti faculty at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater and also has experience teaching at George Williams University in Aurora. I am Sarah Hessenauer. I am also currently a faculty member and the chair of the social work department at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. So I would like now Chuck to give a brief introduction of the book.
This text really focuses on assessment. The main objective of social work practice is to facilitate positive changes in individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities. The first step in that change process is to accurately assess where individuals, families, organizations, or communities are at. So this text really focuses on assessment. It presents the prominent theories about why people do what they do, and also the proven research as to why people do what they do. The text is intended for students in BSW programs and also students in MSW programs.
So why would an instructor adopt your textbook?
The textbook is now in its 11th edition, and we are very pleased with the number of adoptions that it has had. The text has 16 chapters. The first chapter introduces the concept of human behavior and social environment. Much of the text is focusing on adding the human behavior and social environment context that is required in the 2015 EPAS. EPAS stands for Educational Policy and Accreditation Standards of the Council on Social Work Education. This text, as I indicated, covers, we believe, all the important concepts that are needed to be covered in human behavior and the social environment. The second part of the book is then broken down into 4 parts. The first part deals with infancy and childhood. There are 3 chapters that deal with biological developments, psychological developments, and social developments in infancy and childhood. Because diversity is such an important concept in social work education, there is also a chapter in this part on ethnocentrism and racism. The second part of these chapters deals with adolescence. Again, there are 3 chapters on psychological development, biological development, and social development, and another chapter on gender and women. Third focus deals with middle adulthood, young adulthood and middle adulthood. There are 3 chapters again: biological development, psychological development, social development, and there's also a chapter on sexual orientation and gender identity. The fourth part of the text deals with later adulthood. Again, 3 chapters on biological development, psychological development, social development. A main focus of this text is to present additional material on self-care. Social workers and social work education has found that it is increasingly important for social workers to know how to take care of themselves. In order to help others, they first need to have the strategies in mind on how to further the development of their psychological well-being, their social well-being, emotional well-being, and cognitive well-being. Interestingly, these self-care strategies are precisely the strategies that social workers also need to convey to their clients so that clients can further their psychological development, cognitive development, social development, and emotional development.
So Chuck, can you tell us what's new in the 11th edition of this textbook?
Yeah, we have this focus on self-care. We have this focus on providing the content that meets the content required by the Council on Education for the educational policy and accreditation standards. There is also new material on stalking, cyberbullying, and on LGBT people.
Great. Now, could you go over the history of this textbook?
Sure. The Council on Social Work Education in the early 1980s, for the first time, required social work programs at the MSW level and BSW level to have content on human behavior and social environment. At that time, the person that was the co-author of this text, Karen Kirst Ashman, and myself were asked by the editor of this text to write a human behavior and social environment text. We did write that text, and we're very pleased with the reception that it has had. Karen Kirst Ashman, for a variety of reasons, was not able to be a co-author of the revision of this text. So I asked Dr. Sarah Hessenauer, my colleague here, to co-author this book with me. She was very helpful in updating the chapters and on adding material on a wide variety of topics, including social media, technology, and on development of women and on development of young children. Sarah got her doctorate from Loyola University, has had an extensive background in addictions and mental health, and has proven to be an excellent writer. So I'm very pleased to have Sarah Hessenauer as a co-author of this 11th edition.
Thank you, and I'm really happy to be joining you. So we would just like to encourage you all to take a look and adopt this textbook as a great resource in your classrooms. Thank you.